I would rather, I think, get hit hard than miss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots and then eat one at the end of it. Because that fight goes on and there's nothing you can do to win unless you land a big punch.
Hi and welcome to the Shadowboxr Podcast. My name is Jackie Lee Price. Today's guest is a UK-born Australian boxer. He is the Paris 2024 bronze medalist, Charlie Senior. You all right?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. I've got to say the bronze medalist because here's the thing. I don't think the UK fans realise the talent of Charlie Senior. So, settled obviously in the UK after the Olympics. Before we get into the whole backstory, what kind of made you want to... Was it because Sky Nicholson, because obviously your teammate, she boxes out of here?
Yeah.
Is that why you kind of decided to come?
Because I've known Sky for ages anyway, so I met Eddie and Brad through Sky a few years ago. But I just went and tried out a few gyms. I was up in Liverpool, tried a couple gyms there. I was in Bradford, Leeds, tried some there, and I came down here. And I think it's just more fitted to me. The environment, all the boys and Sky in here are great. Coaching, Eddie, Al, everyone's great. It's welcoming, and it's not, you're going to box like this. It's, you box how you want to box, and we'll all just add to it. So for me, that's perfect.
And no disrespect, but there are some coaches, aren't there, that, especially if they've boxed themselves, I box like that, and they'll try and get you to do it. It's like, whoa, I'm not you.
Yeah, that's it. You'll never get me to walk forward, hands like this, and just start banging.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Yeah.
If I have to, yeah, but no.
Yeah. And anybody looking at you and any of your fights, they will realise that.
Yeah. And
it is a small gym for those that have never been here. It's a really small gym. But what I like about this gym is Al is quite picky, isn't he?
Yeah.
About who he chooses to have in this gym. Is that one of the things that kind of drew you to the gym, that there isn't that many people, so that kind of gives you that more one-on-one, almost like the amateur feel? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think not just letting anyone in is great. More time for me. But it's just the people that are in here, it's tight. It's like a family. I've been in, September? 9 months. But it's like the first week I was in here, first day, everyone was greeting, everyone was nice. And then over the few months, it's just like you're a tight little family in here, and it makes the gym just a place you want to be.
It's jokes in this gym, and I think that's one of the successes, or one of the ingredients to the success here, because there's no... I'm trying to find a polite word. There's kids, is there?
No. Not quite. Everyone has their day, but now we're all pretty good.
Yeah. So people tuning in might hear a Bradford accent. So obviously you were born in Bradford. You went over to Australia. Were you two?
Yeah.
So he went over to, and he's still got his Bradford accent, which it astounds me every single time. Which came first though, boxing or breakdancing?
I was a dancer first. I danced for a few years, won a couple scholarships and that. Don't know if I still got it, but and then after a little while, being a young boy, I was like, maybe dancing's not it at the moment. And there was a boxing gym next door to the studio, so I was like, all right, I'll give that a crack, and enjoyed it since. I got my head punched in a sparring session once, and I was like, all right, sound. I'll get around it.
So literally, the thing that kind of drew you in was actually getting bashed up then?
Yeah, I think you just want to be like, I'm that tough young boy. And then you get in and you're not actually that tough when you got someone who can box. And at like 11 years old, it's like, do I want to do this? Yeah, I think so. I'll get him next time. And then you just, as everyone knows, you learn everything through boxing at that point. Lessons, values, all of that. So it drew me in, the discipline. I needed it. Need discipline.
When I hear those stories, there's two ways it can go, because I've seen it as a coach. You see Billy Big Balls, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, the one that comes in, you see the guy that comes in, and sometimes even girls that come in and the chest is high and they think it's easy and they're going to bash people up, and then you think, you'll have your first sparring, let's see.
Yeah.
And 99.9% of them, they leave. But what's great is you stayed.
It is always like that, though, isn't it? You get someone who thinks he's big balls and gets a beating, or does a right as his first loss and loses. Don't get me wrong, when I lost, my whole world came crashing down. I was like, oh no, I've lost. But you learn, or you leave. So one of the two.
It's literally that, isn't it? Or when do you know the moment that you're kind of like, I'm actually quite good at this? Can you remember a fight or a moment?
Yeah, so my parents won't lie to me, bear in mind. So if I'm not good at something, they'll let me do it and they'll stick it out. Like, you finish the season, and if you want to do it again, you do it. Boxing is not really seasons. In Australia, you just kind of fight all year anyway. I don't know what it's like here. My mum and dad, like, I had my first few wins and that, and they were like, oh, like, keep your head in, blah, blah, blah. You're good at it. And I won my first junior nationals or something, sub-schoolboy or that. I can't even remember. It was in Queensland on the other side. I won a couple more and a couple more. I'm like, I'm actually all right at this. So boxing thing's not that bad. But yeah, I think I'd won maybe like 7, 8 nationals. I don't know. I think maybe 7 nationals. I was like, yeah, this is actually, it's good. I'm enjoying it. But that was in total seniors and under 19s.
You're kind of scaling over a little bit. Didn't you win 3 national youth championships?
Yeah.
And then you won a Australian amateur title, or was it just one, or how many?
I think.
Share with us how many, because he's been modest.
I don't remember. Under 19s, like all of that. Maybe 3. I think I've won 7 in total. So
nice.
Maybe 4 under 19s. I'm not sure. But since 2018, I think, or 2019, I've won all the seniors until the Olympics. So maybe 7, 8 of them. I'm not sure.
Nice. And you won a gold medal at the Pacific Games.
Yeah, that was our Olympic qualifier. So we had to win a gold to qualify. So we used to qualify through Asia.
Yeah.
But because we didn't really compete in any Asia tournaments all year until then, they'd changed it around for us. But I competed in the Jordan Olympic qualifiers in 2019. I lost to Vietnam then when I think I just turned 18.
Mm.
But that was the only time I competed in the Asia Games as such. And then Pacific Games was the gold medal for Paris qualifiers.
So effectively you were going for Tokyo.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out, but you stuck with it. And to be fair, it was a good games, but it was a strange games for people because they weren't getting enough sparring in. Then obviously COVID happened and people that we thought were going to win medals didn't win. With hindsight, did that kind of work out for you in a respect?
I think if I qualified for Tokyo as an 18-year-old boy, I would have thought I was God's gift to earth, honestly. If I was 18 years old and I just qualified for the Olympics, I reckon first round in the Olympics I would have lost because I just wasn't mature enough then for the task ahead. I think losing the qualifiers and have to go on gave me a step back and actually think and realise. But if I qualified, I personally think I was too immature for the task and it wouldn't have been successful Olympics.
And you talk about being immature for the task. Do you mean physically, mentally? Do you mean tactically? Or what was it?
Experience-wise, I was inexperienced. I had maybe 18, 19 fights going into the Olympic qualifiers, but sparring around the world, like all the nations, all the seniors, I was boxing, I was doing well. Skillfully, technically, I feel like it wouldn't have made much difference. I'm a lot stronger and bigger and more experienced now, so it definitely helped, but it was more mentally. I wasn't there. I was just a young kid in the head still. So I'm glad I didn't win and qualify.
People always talk about, they get upset when they don't get something straight away. And I'm saying myself included, but then with hindsight, when you look back, you think, do you know what? Actually, would have been rubbish at that. Or the moment would have been too much for me. When was that moment that you thought, thank God that I did not qualify in the best possible sense?
It was a few years after. It was last year when I won my bronze at Paris. I was like, you know what? I'm grateful that I didn't qualify for Tokyo because I wouldn't be where I am now. I think I would have lost and gone, I don't need to do amateur anymore, I'll go pro.
Mm.
And then I would have been on the build-up. Whereas now, like, I'm still building up as a boxer, as a pro, still learning. But I just have that experience. I now have that maturity and mentality that I know it was the right time for me.
You've now faced many more different types of opponents, which we know is key in the amateurs. But then you look at those top amateurs that went over into the pro, the Uziks, who else were we talking about? The Lomachenkos, people like that.
Yeah.
The list goes on. They've seen it all and they've done it all, haven't they?
Yeah, I think people always go, oh, he's just an amateur. He was a good amateur, but it's different.
It's different. This is the pros.
Yeah. You're going to get hit hard. You're going to get roughed up. Well, I don't actually have to get hit hard or roughed up if I just box you like I would anyone else. Like, experience carries through. I fight the number 1s and 2s and 3s in the world for the past 4 years. I just do what I did as an amateur. I just get to slow it down a little bit. I don't have to stop. I don't have to set my feet. I don't have to become this puncher that not everyone's a puncher. I can hit hard, but you can't make a puncher. You can punch or you can't. And I'm not going to stop moving my feet just to try and figure that out. If I box, I box. And if the knockout comes, it comes.
The word amateur doesn't mean less of a talent, and it does annoy me, to be fair, when people talk about, especially someone that has reached the heights that you have in the amateur game. But you're absolutely right. I personally don't care whether you knock someone out.
No,
I don't care.
Like, I think it's a bonus, but
of course,
comparison, whether LeBron shoots from the 3 or makes a dunk, he still scores. And the Olympics is the Olympics, whether it's basketball, 100-meter sprints, or boxing. Technically, I'm an amateur boxer, but I'm still there, still gaining the experience. So, experience is experience, whether it's amateur or professional. It don't make a difference. I just box a bit better. If you don't knock people out or you like to box clean, you're a runner. Okay.
But that's the whole point, isn't it? Not to get hit. That confuses me. Honestly, I'm like, you do know that's kind of
that's the whole point
of the game.
It's like, if I can jab you from out here and not get hit, I will keep doing it. I can walk you onto every punch that I can think of. I just do it and then not get hit at the end of it.
So you fight in the Olympic Games, and I heard you were a bit of a face of Uzbekistan.
Yes. I feel like me and the Uzbeks have a good relationship. Like, I've had 2 brilliant fights with world gold medalist and Olympic gold medalist Abdumalik. And I think, like, you don't have to hate each other after a fight. He, as some would say, did crush my Olympic dream of becoming a gold medalist, but he won a gold medal. I shared the ring with him and it was a good fight. And everyone loved it. The Uzbeks love it. They message me all the time. They comment. Abdumalik, he's great. He's earned everything he's earned, and he's fucking good at it.
He is, to be fair.
It's like, it's just the sport. And I think because I'm so respectful in that aspect, everyone gets around it. The whole country, Australia, Uzbekistan, a country that I'm not from, gets around it. And it's just the joys of being respectful, I think.
They know that when they see a good technical bout between 2 quality fighters, and they will celebrate that regardless.
Yeah. I think both fights that we had were great. I fought him in the World Championships in front of the whole of Uzbekistan, really. And it was amazing. Cheered me in, cheered me out. Like, it was great. And then at the Olympic Games, they were sat, I don't say with my family or next to my family, and going into my previous fights, cheered me in, cheered me out. And then with Abdumalik, there's no booing, nothing. It's just noise. Everyone's cheering for everyone because it's just a good technical fight.
The Olympic fight was a semi-finals, wasn't it?
Semi-finals,
against Abdumalik Kalikov. But you fought him, like you said, in the Worlds prior to that. So kind of everyone knew what they were in for, and they knew that it was going to be a really good technical bout. And there was a lot of tit for tat, and it was almost like you two were really enjoying, like, trying to outwit each other. And I anyone that's really into the technical aspect of boxing, you guys should go and watch it. So, obviously sometimes when you fight someone before, there's two ways it can go. It's either you can be complacent or, you can do your homework, and I'm guessing you did your homework. But, going into that fight, what was the kind of tactics?
Going into the fight was just be the best me that I can be. I think Abdulmalik's sharp. It's hard. Whoever gets in the ring with him and whoever has been in the ring with him, it's hard to pinpoint a fault. Obviously, you can say he comes out with his hands down sometimes, but then so do I. And does he come? He comes down with his hands out, but he's ready to react anywhere. So going in was just box, do what we do, and then see what the first round holds. After the first round, if you're down, put the pressure on, change it up. You got 3 rounds and you just have to ride it, really. If you're down, make it work and work a bit harder. So if someone like that, it's hard to find a technical fault that can make a difference. You just have to be the best you and switch on from the word go.
You were switched on, and it was apparent to me that, anyone that kind of knows, it is difficult to kind of find an opening.
Yeah.
But from the first round to the last bell, you kept trying.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you give up, there's no point in being in there. Going into the fight, whether you have a chance or not. And if you give up after the first, you knew going in you didn't have a chance. We're both technically good. Everyone in that division, I think, boxes similar. Everyone's a bit flashy. Everyone's a bit showboaty. But it's easy to look from the outside and like, you could have done this, could have done that. Going in there, I did what I could do. And
to be fair, he's a youth gold medalist.
Yeah.
He's a youth Olympic gold medalist. He's a world youth. He's a
world 60 kilo silver medalist and world 57 gold, Olympic gold medalist. He's just won a world gold again this year.
Yeah, last week.
Last weekend, yeah.
Yeah. So in that respect, and I know it's difficult to lose and nobody goes into fights to lose, but in that respect, are you proud of yourself when you look at what he's achieved and you go, hold on a minute, I can hold my own against this kid?
I think going in, I am proud of myself. It's weird to say that because I lost, but I could always improve. But it was a great fight. I enjoyed every bit of it, walking in, fighting, the celebration. So I'm happy. I'm not mad about it.
And afterwards, he whispered something into your ear, and then we saw the acrobatics.
Yeah, we both tried to count down in our separate languages, and we just gave up on the count and jumped. So that was pretty cool.
It was really cool, actually. It was really cool. I did sense a little bit of competition in that, even. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think with us, we'll always be competitive, but it's a competitive relationship. It's great. We're good together. The country, the coaches, everyone. It's just a great fight, and that's all there is to it.
So in the quarterfinals, you fought Carlo Palam of the Philippines.
Yes.
It went your way.
It did.
And didn't you get a little bit of kind of online drama after the fight?
Yeah, I did. I tend not to look at it because someone's always going to criticize someone. And people want to see you box, people want to see you lose, people want to see you fight. After that fight, still to this day, I know I won that fight. I did a bit more. You can't win a fight off one big punch. But I can't discredit Carlo because, again, we've done hundreds of rounds together. I would call him a mate of mine in boxing. You travel together, you bump into each other a lot, you spar. So I have nothing against him. It was just a good, close fight. People might say it went the other way. It's amateur boxing, and again, it's perspective. I think I won that fight and I got the decision. The backlash afterwards, I just push it aside. It don't really bother me. People say what they want and I just roll with it.
Is that the first time that you've kind of been confronted with, backlash on social media? And in respect, do they prepare you for that? Do the team prepare you for that?
Sometimes, yeah. There is courses and there is a lot that we can do going into preparing to learn how to handle media and how to speak to the cameras. So you do have the option to use that. I think for me, I'm just thick-skinned. I don't really care. Like, people can say what they want to me, and it don't really make a difference because I'll just say whatever I want back or say nothing at all.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It's just online shit.
Yeah, good. I'm glad it didn't get under your skin. What would you say that you've taken other than the medals?
Yeah.
Right, because obviously everyone wants to get to medal stage, and that's brilliant. Bronze medalist. You came away with the bronze in the Paris 2024 Olympics. But other than that, what would you say that you take away from being as an amateur?
I think being as an amateur, like, it's your stepping stone. It's like your apprenticeship into boxing. You can skip the amateurs if you want and go pro straight away, like a few people do, and some people do it really well. But you're learning on the job at that point, and you're learning on the job when you don't really need, or you kind of already need to know what's going on in the job at that point. Professional is not amateur boxing. You can't just take it back and then be the same position where you were. You take a loss and you have to rebuild and do it again. Whereas the amateurs, it's all learning, and being on the world stage with the number 1s, 2s, 3s in the world consistently for the past, 2-3 years or whatever, it's the experience. Like, I give a lot of credit to a lot of boxers, but I don't think technically I have fought anyone as good as them boys. Just because of the experience, they're going on 150 plus fights or some maybe 200 plus, and that carries over. But if you can keep that same amateur skill, same amateur work rate, and just add little bits and touches to fit the pro game, like, I don't understand why everyone has you're just an amateur boxer, because amateur boxing is probably one of the best boxing to watch, like, worldwide.
What would you say to a youngster that's coming through? And like you just said, that everybody has a different journey, right? Yeah. And I get that. But if people had the choice, someone came to you, Charlie, and said, listen, I'm thinking of getting into amateur boxing. They probably didn't even start as a kid. What would your advice be to them?
I definitely would say do it. I think it don't matter your age. I understand, like, people have time limits on where they want to be, but I would always take the amateur route. Always. It builds that character. It teaches you a lot more technique-wise, boxing styles. Like, the amount of different styles you encounter throughout the world is, you won't get that just sparring in the same place all the time or fighting in one country. But, like, for me, amateur was the route to where I had to go. Like, there's not a big boxing scene in Australia. It's definitely getting bigger, and everyone's improving, and it looks great. It's starting to rise up again. But the amateur experience gets you places, and people appreciate it. I think when you bring back an Olympic medal, it's great. It's a good feeling. But that's a stepping stone to now me progressing as a professional boxer.
Just thinking about all the different looks, it's like, when you get into the ring now, you can look at someone and download, because every fight, you download that information, don't you? And you file it somewhere in the brain, and then the next opponent might come out and they might do a little something. You think, okay, I've seen you.
Yeah, I think it's just from being around. Like, I wouldn't say I've got the greatest amateur experience, bear in mind. I've not. Some kids over here in the UK have had more fights than I have my whole amateur career. But it's been around the world, seen it all. You go to Europe, to Asia, Australia, everyone's different. Everyone's got their own styles. Everyone does little things differently. Americans, everyone has something they're good at, and traveling around as an amateur, you pick up on little things. If it's not all of it, you find something that someone does better than you, or someone does differently to you.
And here's the thing as well, when you're in those rooms, you're literally watching what's going on, aren't you? If you're smart enough, even as a coach, if you're smart enough, your eye might be on the sparring, but you might be watching what else is going on in the room and downloading that information. And they don't always show everything, do they?
Sometimes the spars are just 100% fight. Other times it's like a 60-70% like, I'm going to fight you in 2 weeks, so we'll just chill out.
We'll just chill.
But you learn regardless, because high intensity or low intensity, you still see things that they can do that you can't, or things that they've been taught that you haven't. So you're still downloading information the whole time you're around all these other countries.
Yeah. You entered the games with, didn't you have a gum shield with your grandfather's name etched into that? Do you want to tell me the significance or share that with us?
Going into the Pacific Games, my Olympic qualifier event, I was in a camp in Germany, and my granddad passed away. Mum and dad called me. They're like, "Oh, look, like this has happened. Do you want to come over, like, for the funeral?" And I spoke to the coaches and that, but I was like, "Look, I'm on the path of qualifying for the Olympics, and unfortunately, it's something that I have to put on the back burner. Like, I would love to go to the funeral, but like, as much as I love my granddad, what's one day of me flying to be sad with everybody, to then fly back, or I'm gone for a week just to be sad? Like, it's not going to get me anywhere. And like, I can still remember him on camp. I can still grieve him as such and still be upset about it, but I'm still with the team. I think for me, it was a lot better to be with the team and in that training environment than for me to sit, be sad, and go off the rails because I'm not happy about what's happened.
Was that a really tough decision, though, for you to make? Because I understand he was a massive part of your life, obviously, as grandparents are, but he was a massive part of your boxing as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think, like, as much as I didn't see them all the time, he was always on the phone to me, mum and dad and my family at home, and would always watch my fights, and they'd always ask about them and support. So it was a tough decision. I think I would have loved to go if I wasn't in that situation. Like, it was harder for me to know that I couldn't go with my mum, or I couldn't go with my parents and my sister, but they all understand what I was doing, so no one made me feel bad about it. It's just, we understand, like, everybody knows, like, you just go and do what you have to do, and you can deal with it later.
And in the respect, you carried him with you, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like a little part of him was in that ring with you, and I think you're absolutely right. There's no one way to grieve somebody.
I grieve differently. Everyone grieves differently. Me, like, I could sit there and sulk about it and be upset about it, but that would just make my life a whole lot harder, because then I will just sit there and sulk about it and I won't do nothing. I just get on, like, as much as I love him, it doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter any situation, and put it to the back of my head and keep going. If I need to speak about it, I'll speak about it later. But in them situations where I'm on the cusp of qualifying for the Olympics, I'm a couple months off. Like, I have to just put it to the back of my head and go. Bear in mind, like, I'm thinking about him every day anyway while I'm training and qualifying, but I just have to deal with that until I can sit down, understand it, and let it all sink in. Well,
it's one of those things, to be fair, Charlie, that it sneaks up on you later down the line anyway.
Yeah.
And at some point you got to deal with it, and it's like, I am sure, I don't know your granddad, but I'm sure, because I heard that he's really sort of, was encouraging of your career.
Yep.
And so I'm sure he would have been in your ear going, go on, son,
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Always encouraged me and always supported me. So I know he would have wanted me to go and took his name on my mouth guard and have him in the fight. Like, I guess he was kind of there to an extent, but no, it was good. Carried him with me, so it was all right.
Can you share any little bits of advice that he might have given you that you still carry with you today?
No, what? For me, it's just like, it was always, he didn't say too much, and I think because he knew, like, I don't like being drilled. I don't mind being told what's right and wrong and what I need to do better and stuff like that, but I don't like being drilled over and over the same thing, because I don't need to be, because I'll take it in the first time. So he just said, like, look, just keep going. Like, that's something he'd always say, is just keep going and go for the next one. Like, I didn't have to, there's no long spiels and nothing like super wise and intelligent. It was just a general chat, just gone, like, on to the next one. So
he knew when to keep his mouth shut, basically.
Yeah,
But you leave the sunny shores of Australia and you come over to Bromley. Bromley to the iBox gym under the tutelage of Al Smith and Eddie Lamb. Was it kind of being friends with Sky Nicholson that kind of you saw what Sky was doing, thought I'll have some of that?
I think it helped me get to know them a bit more. Obviously, I've known Sky since I was 17. So watching her career and then how she moved over, it was good to see. But I still went off my own back too, tried out a few other gyms, and they were all great. They were all nice. Nothing bad to say about anyone. It's just I came down here and I've known Ed for a couple of years prior. Got to meet Al and kind of just like fell straight into the gym. I didn't have to try fit. I didn't feel like there was anything that I had to prove or even just, it wasn't an effort. I just came in for a few days, tried out, got to know the boys and that, and everyone, it was just like being at my gym at home. It's like a just easy transition straight over. And I like just, yeah, simple really. It wasn't hard.
Was it difficult though to make that decision to leave Australia? It's like, I know you said the scene isn't that big there, and it kind of makes sense on paper, doesn't it? But to leave your family, your friends.
Yeah, I think that was the hard part. Leaving everybody, having a life there and growing up and living there. And that was the hard part, was leaving them all. But everyone who knows me back at home knows I've always said, once I go professional, I'll go back to the UK. And there's nothing against Australia. Like, there's so many good boxers there and up-and-comers, and it's getting really big over there now. But the opportunities for me here were, like, I understood that from young. I knew that I could fit in here, and living here isn't hard for me. Like, I've got my passport, I'm a resident, like, all of that stuff. It was just, everyone who knew me knew, all right, when he goes pro, he's going to go. So it was just a matter of getting my stuff sorted, saying my goodbyes, especially to my home coach. That was hard.
Yeah.
And he's had me for 12 years or something, known me more than half my life. But that was the hardest part. Everyone's always going to be there for me. Everyone's, no matter if I'm here or I go back, everyone's still there. Everyone's working. Everyone's doing the same thing. So I've not left everybody. I'm just away for a bit. I'm on a long camp.
Yeah. Talk to me about that conversation with your coach.
I think,
how did that go?
Yeah, with Les, he knew as well. Like, we've always spoke about the opportunities, and he knows, like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it properly. And I would love to have him here. I think he's one of the, if not best coaches in Australia. And him, me, the guys at the gym have got accolades and loads of reasonings why. And anyone that knows him knows he's a great guy and a great coach. So that was the hardest part. It was like a family member of mine and a coach at once. So don't get me wrong, we butt heads sometimes, but that's just life when you're so close to somebody. So having that conversation, we both knew it was coming. I talked through it with him the whole time, like the contracts, everything. So, but his biggest thing with me is you go over, you do it properly.
Yeah.
Same as me dad, me mum. If you're going to go do it, you do it properly. And he flew over for my debut here. I flew from Australia, literally the day before, somehow managed to get here, and then flew out the next day.
Oh, wow.
Just to be here for that fight. And like, I knew he was going to do it because, like, we're so close, he wouldn't have missed it. But the relationship's still there. Like, he's taught me everything I know. Whether I had natural talent or not, he did it all. I just boxed. He drilled it all into me. I'm just his little action figure in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. They become almost like your second parent, don't they? I mean, people think we're being dramatic when we talk, but that's how deep it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and now being older and kind of seeing all the shit that I put that man through as well, it's like something that I wouldn't say to my dad because he'd belt me. I'd go and say it to him because he wouldn't hit me.
Well, he can't. Yeah.
But sometimes he probably should have.
He probably wants to get hold of your throat.
Oh, man, the amount of that I've put that guy through.
But you know what's interesting? We do it for love, and you do, like, our coach, Mickey used to say, you'll love them like they're your own,
Yeah.
right? And I think I've said this a few times. People just think, yeah, whatever. And then when you become a coach, you're like, oh, I get it now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And it is like, they are like your second parents. And I'm with him 2-3 hours of the day. And then if I'm not, I just go around to his house because I'm bored. And my parents are working or whatnot. He's working, I'll go to the gym. He's not working, it's right.
I'll just go to his
Up
house.
to your house.
Yeah, I'll just start annoying him. But do you know what's beautiful as well is, the fact that he came all the way here suggests to me that he's just... Because here's the thing, sometimes people will try and stop you moving on. They want to kind of hold you back. He understands that he played his part in your journey, and now it's somebody else's job.
He still does his part for me. I still message him, ask him things, send him my opponents. Like, he still has he's a big part of my career still, even though I'm over here. I've got Al Smith, Eddie Lamb, Justin Lacey, my Australian coach.
Nice.
Like, as much as he's not in the gym holding pads, I still take his opinion as well, because they're all similar, I find. And that's what made it so much easier coming here, is everyone's down to earth. No one's going to blow smoke up my ass. And that's one thing I said is, don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how good I am. Like, tell me what needs to be done and how we're going to do it.
And I'll get it done.
And them three, for me, are perfect. Even though he's not here, I still take everything he says on board. And with Al Smith and Eddie Lamb as well being here, I've got 3 perfect examples that all said a similar thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting 3 different ideas. I'm getting 3 spot-on ideas from 3 people.
You're getting 3 sets of eyes on your work, which, to be honest, you're blessed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And the fact that you're not looking just to have just yourself flagged and framed and, do you know what I mean, your ego buffed up.
Yeah.
I don't know your other coach, but that's not happening with Alan and Eddie anyway.
No.
You'd be like, tell you what you can do. You talked about your debut, and that was on the undercard in Nottingham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Kakachi Wood undercard. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. It was a good little fight. Do you know what was what I thought when I was watching? And bearing in mind, I didn't really know loads and loads about you, but you just seemed comfortable in that space. Although it was a debut, it was kind of like, yeah, this is my space.
Yeah, well, it's the same. Like, I fought how many times all around the world? I fought Olympic gold medalists. Like, so going in, like, everyone's dangerous, and whoever says they're not nervous either shouldn't box anymore because it's dangerous, or they're lying. Because I've had world experience. I've competed in front of, I don't know, 20,000 people at the Roland Garros at the Olympics, like stuff like that. And I'm still nervous. I'm nervous no matter when I fight, but that's what makes me so good, is because I use my nerves and I know the dangers of being in with anybody. So going into that fight, like, I am comfortable, but I'm wary. And then I go in, establish the first round, and I'm in my zone. I know and trust in my abilities to win the fight. And I'm also smart enough to know that he's still a danger, whether I've jumped on top of him and he's back against the rope or he's pushing me back. He's a danger regardless, because it takes one punch. So as long as I stay calm, don't overthink it, and just go out and do what I do, I control the fight. I'm happy to. And
you did, and you showed lots of different looks. You showed your flair. You got that little nice switch hitting, and yeah, you did some really intelligent boxing. And here's the thing, I think there can be a pressure on young prospects to come out, especially if you're an Olympian with a medal, to knock somebody out. And I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah, there's always the pressure, like, as well. Everyone's like, oh, he's an Olympic medalist. What can he do? I'm going out to box. I'm going out to box.
What do you mean, what can he do? I'll tell you what I can do. I can show you a little this, a little that, a little something. Do you know what I mean?
It's like, I can show all my flair, and
do you understand?
I could stop him in the first spot. that's not going to get me anywhere. And knockouts are great. Everyone wants to
Amen.
see a knockout, but I have, say I knock everybody out until I get to a 10-rounder fight. I'm not sure how I'm going to go if I get to them 10 rounds. I know in my ability, I jump in a ring and spar. I can jump in a ring and fight. But if I have never been tested in my early fights with tough opponents like I've had, how am I going to be sure that I can win a title against someone that is skillful and is tough and is not just going to roll over after one punch?
You're downloading information not only about opponents but about yourself, right? You're almost by, not you, but by, and listen, if a knockout comes, it comes, as we well know. But if it doesn't, you can go away from the fight and go, oh, do you know what? I've learned this, and this. I can tighten this, mix that up, and, you know, put my hand in the toolkit and see what else is in there. And I just feel like you're almost doing yourself a disservice by trying to bypass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, I've come from a tough amateur experience. Like, fighting around the world is you fight really good boxers all the time. So you need to be hard on yourself. And you need to test yourself. Even like building the record early is great and everyone needs to do it. But you can't walk through everybody and then get surprised when you get someone you can't walk through. Like, I am building, I'm testing, I'm learning along the way, but I'm still taking tough opponents that will be there. And for me, it's just give me anybody. Like, I'm happy, I'm calm, like, I'm there to box, I'm there to learn, I'm there to win.
And also with Al, listen, he doesn't encourage foolishness, does he? I had to put that politely.
I can't mess around in that ring.
Yeah.
Even after when I dropped the boy in my first fight, he was like, "Hey," I'm like, "All right, look, listen to Al."
You were disciplined though, to be fair.
So you have to be, because he sees things that you don't see, and he's experienced a lot more than me in his years of fighting and coaching. So he knows what can happen and the advantages, dangers, disadvantages. So I just listen to Al.
Yeah.
And see what he has to say, see what him and Ed have to say. I'll just go and do that in the ring.
And again, down the line, people can argue like, yeah, you know, there was an opening there, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, my unsolicited advice, do you know what I mean, would be just literally like, okay, well, I know that I can do that, and let me see what else. And if it comes again, then I'll take advantage of it. If it doesn't, then I'll move on to those dirty, what is it, Sam Noakes-esque body shots.
Yeah, big shots. Take too many of them in sparring.
No, but you've been learning how to give them out as well, I've noticed.
Yeah, you have to. I got no choice but to learn. But that's always good. It's always fun.
I think the advantage of being in a small gym, and Al doesn't really have any idiots in this gym, so
no, like, we all have our days, and we can all push the buttons. But like, we'll come in the gym and everyone's having a laugh. It's not like no one's bigger than no one in here. No one's better than anyone. Obviously, people are more experienced and further along, but everyone's respectful and just as good with each other. So like, we can have a laugh, have a joke, and switch it on when we're in the ring.
Yes.
But there's no egos, no like, I'm better than you. Like, everyone's got something that they're good at and something that they could be better at. For me, like, I feel like we all just work together, and that's the only way. And we could spar, but what's the benefit of sparring 100% every time you get in, because you can't learn.
Yeah.
Just get your head punched in for no reason.
Yeah, for absolutely. And they say, don't they, joking aside, they say most of the damage that boxers accumulate is actually in sparring.
Sparring too hard. Like, I understand you need tough spars. Not every spar has to be brain rattling.
Yeah.
And that's what we're good at in here. It's working together. And that's why everyone's so happy when they come in, because it's fun. It's nice to be in there.
Lovely, Jim. And talking about sparring, one of your previous sparring partners, very lucky in some respects, to get in the ring, share a ring with Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, I did. It was a good opportunity, great opportunity. That was just, I think it was his last spar before he fought Josh Padley.
Mm-hmm.
And I got asked if I wanted to spar. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'd just been here for a couple of weeks, I think, and I was like, oh, we're not going to spar, we're just going to get to know each other properly. And he got the call, and he was like, hey, you know what, we're going to go spar Shakur. I'm like, oh, okay.
But did you get at any point though a little bit fanboy?
Good, and I respect him. Like, he's a great fighter, unbelievable. Also an Olympic medalist, unbelievable amateur, and like one of the most technical pros at the moment. Like, I can't discredit him at all, and I think he's great. So going in and sparring with him, I was a bit nervous. Like I said, I'm always nervous, even in sparring, because I still want to perform and work on the things I need to. But obviously, you dial it back a little bit. So I was a little bit nervous as well. Like, shit, he's going to punch my head in. But no, it was a good spar. It was great technical rounds. And
nice.
Like, we both had a chat in the ring, had a laugh while sparring. Like, it's just a bit of give and take, innit? But it was great. It was good fun. And I learned a lot from it.
He strikes me as one of the lads.
Yeah, he was.
Do you know what I mean?
It was cool. Like, obviously, it's a little bit like, oh, yeah, how's everything going to go? Like, a bit daunting as such. But, man, everyone's in there doing the same thing. Everyone's boxing. And, like, yeah, he is better than me. Like, he's further along than me. And he's a great boxer. So if I go in there, have a good spar and learn, like, so what else can I do?
Yeah, you take so much from it. I mean, yeah, and like you say, he's an Olympian. You kind of, you've all come down the same path. And so there is a level of respect that I'm sure that he gave you guys as well, as to, well, we're all just boxers. Do you know what I mean? We're all just boxers. Thanks for the work type of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you kind of saw, you know, I heard some stuff and it just sounded like he's a cool guy.
Good balance and a good spar. It's just a chess match of a spar, and like, I can't complain. I learned a lot from it and enjoyed it. So he was a good guy. It was nice to meet him as well, like him and his team. And it was what I needed to be like, yeah, like, I am good and I am on that level.
Just on a basic level, Charlie, he's been where, you know, he's been where you've been. So in that respect, have you not gone, do you know what, actually, it's not impossible?
No, and I treat everyone as an individual. Everyone has had their path and their journey to get where they've been. Shakur got further along than I did in the Olympics. Like, he won the silver medal at the Olympics. I won a bronze. I'm on the same path as he was. And the amateur path, like I said, is you learn a lot from it. And then obviously watching what he's done from there is like, it's unbelievable. But also watching him, it was expected because he is good. And you can knock him and people will be like, oh, yeah, but he doesn't knock everybody out. Yeah, but he wins. Like, he outboxes everybody. Okay, like, he might not have stopped somebody, but that opponent didn't land a punch on him in 8 rounds, 10 rounds, or 12 rounds. Like, it's not about knocking everyone out.
It's not, I've got to, because it does annoy me, right? You know when people go on about people running?
Yeah.
Oh, please help me, Lord,
Imagine
help
if
me.
everybody stood there and traded punches. Everyone would be cut, bruised, and broken.
But even if you're not even looking at it like from that point of view, the skill set, like, some people just do not appreciate.
No. People don't appreciate good boxing because there's the casual fans that just want to see someone get knocked out. And knockouts, yeah, I guess you can throw a big punch and knock somebody out. I appreciate a skillful boxer, someone who's good with the feet, good with the timing, good with the speed. Like, I would rather, I think, get hit hard than miss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots and then eat one at the end of it. Because that fight goes on and you know there's nothing you can do to win unless you land a big punch. And like, that's where I think part-time boxers and people that casually watch it always like, yeah, but so-and-so's running. Or people might watch me and be like, oh, he
Always me.
just boxes on the back foot, or he just sets up shots. Yeah, but I'm winning.
Yeah, it just. I'm sorry, it's just a pet peeve of mine. It really is. Like, don't get me wrong. So, it's like if a knockout comes, I'm like, yeah, beautiful. And you know, sometimes you do see a knockout, and it's timed so beautifully.
So
You're
well
like,
set up.
oh, beautiful. It's just gorgeous. But like, even I've been watching the comments about Terence Crawford, right?
Yeah.
Even yesterday, and people going, oh, he ran the whole fight. I'm just like,
Boy, he won.
he outboxed your man.
It's like, I love Canelo. He's
So do I.
great. But he got outboxed.
He got
and
outboxed.
He did everything he had to do in that fight. If he needed to be in range, he was in range. If he needed to move and angle, he angled. Like, you don't have to be there to get hit just to land a big shot.
But also, there's times when he brought him onto his shot. He was in the corner and he brought him onto stuff because he knows that Canelo wants to try and pin him in the corner.
Stood close, worked underneath, like...
Them little toe-to-toe things in the middle, it was like, you do 4, I'll do 6.
Yeah, that's it. And
you do 8, I'll do 10.
Good boxing, like... I don't know, man.
Yeah, but it made me laugh as well because it was like, he did show some of that and then he went, right, but I'm still going to stick to the game plan.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get back on my bike.
It's like I could jump in and, possibly knock him out. Or I could jump in recklessly because I'm trying to stop him and get chinned myself.
100%.
If I can box and I'm good at boxing technically, why would I stop?
Why are you trying to mash up your face?
Just to impress somebody else, man.
Yeah, come on, man. That's ridiculous.
Forget that.
Obviously, being at the Olympics is a huge, huge milestone. And then you go on to have your debut. And it was, again, just on such a brilliant card. Which would you say has given you like the most pride? Either the Olympics, being at the Olympics and getting a bronze medal, or making your professional debut?
I loved my pro debut. I loved everything about it. The walkout, like, you get to jazz up your kit and all that stuff. Like, it's fun. But the Olympics is the Olympics, and anyone who's been will say it's the pinnacle of sport. I'm walking around there, there's people like Serena Williams and like Noah Lyles, LeBron James, people like that, and you sit down and realize that all of these people are doing the same thing I'm doing in this one big park, really. Yeah. And I love professional boxing. I think it's more suited to me. But the Olympics was my biggest achievement so far. And something like, I haven't quite let it sink in yet. I haven't quite taken it all in. Like, I won a bronze medal. Great. Was I happy at first? No. But it's just the competitiveness. Now I sit back and I realize, like, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. A great opportunity, and like, the Olympics is the Olympics. That's why everyone wants to go.
Exactly. Let's be fair.
Yeah, that's why everybody wants to do it. A pro debut is great, but I don't think I've met anyone going to the Olympics and they've gone, oh, I can't wait to make my pro debut. It's like, I can't wait to fight in the Olympics. Like, that is something. It's like,
it almost seems like, and I don't mean this in a rude way, but it does seem like it could be an anticlimax.
I think going from a stage like that, it's not I wouldn't say anticlimax as such. It's not as big, like, unless you're fighting main event or like further, like at the top of the card, like, then it becomes massive. And like, I hold my pro debut close to heart still. It's my first professional fight. I had my family there, my team here, and my coach from back home. So it was great. But going from walking out in the Olympics to not only my country cheering, but everybody, just noise. It doesn't even matter who was walking out. The arena was just filled with noise.
Wow.
And then fighting, celebrating, losing, getting a medal, like, it's just an experience that obviously not many people get to experience, and I can't knock it. It's something that like people dream of, and yeah, I would say I dreamed of fighting in the Olympics, and that's what got me there, is because I always wanted to do it. So for me, it wasn't, I'll go pro. It was, all right, I missed out on Tokyo Olympics. We're going to Paris.
We're going to
Yeah,
Paris.
it's not, I'll see how it goes. It's, we're going, and that's that.
It's interesting because when you said about we kind of get in a bubble, I say we like I was there, but you kind of forget that there are other athletes
Yeah.
there. Do you know what I mean? And then when you're saying people like Serena Williams, it's like, of course, this is the cream of the crop of
Yeah.
every single sport.
Yeah. It's mad. It is. And like, I don't know. Like at first you're like, shit, like, am I meant to be here? But then like, you sit down and for me, I just like, you have a realization. It's like, I'm the top of my sport and so are these guys. Like, I'm not in their position. I'm not competing in their sport,
Yeah.
but I'm still at the top of my sport. So like, everyone's just the same. You're all equal there. And
Was that the moment though, when you start to see these people, was that the moment where you're like, actually, I am, it's not even about being big-headed, it's a realization of being like, I am this good and I deserve to be here.
for me, it was like, I deserve to be there and like, I'm meant to be here. I still like, I get like, I'm technically good, but I would never be stood there blowing my, I'm better than them, I'm better than them. Like, everyone's a danger and someone can have an off day. Who knows? But I'm in the Olympics and I'm earned this spot. I'm meant to be there.
Yeah.
And like, now I've gone pro. There's nothing wrong with going pro. I love professional boxing because it's me. It fits me. I can do what I want to do. I can put a bit of flash on my kit and walk into a song that I like, and the crowd's there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just another step. It's like, all right, I've done this. Now let's start here, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I'm just starting again now. I'm just on my next chapter, really.
Yeah, I do find it fascinating that you, because you're quite hard on yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing in some respects, because that will, you will keep striving for more, for better.
Yeah.
You're the kind of kid that a coach will be like, oh, thank God, they're going to put the work. Do you know what I'm saying
so.
though? Like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Give Al another year.
Well, yeah, I'll talk to him and see if that's true. But you know what I mean? It's like you're quite critical, and in some respects though, are you is that down to just being super ambitious, or is that just something that you kind of need to drive you on?
I've always been critical, but my parents have always been super supportive. But my dad has always said there will always be someone, whether at this moment in time or later, that will be better than you, or someone that is bigger than you or can hit harder than you. It's like, don't be complacent. It's that simple. So to me, no matter what I did, like any sports I did as a kid, football, rugby, dancing, boxing, like all the kinds of stuff, it's always, maybe some could say, a little overcritical. But as long as I can take a positive out of that, there's no such thing as overcritical, because I know what I could have done better. I know what I can improve on. I know what maybe I shouldn't have done. But I also know what I'm good at. And I like to balance it 70-30, 60-40, however people look at it. More positive, but still, I wouldn't say negatives, but things you could improve on and things you can do better, because you see some people and they think they're the bee's knees, and then you get caught unstuck eventually, and there's nothing you can do about it because you're not willing to learn and listen to yourself, let alone anyone else. Whereas I'd rather be coachable to everybody than really good but not willing to take any advice.
I think sometimes it comes from fear, people not being coachable.
Yeah, it definitely, like, you're scared of what people can say, and sometimes maybe you don't want to know what they have to say because you don't want to know what you're doing wrong. But it's the only way you get better. Like, if someone tells me how good I am all the time, how am I meant to know keep your right hand a little bit higher. Why do you throw a left rip and drop your right hand at the same time? Like, but if I never get told what I need to do, or I never look back at myself and be like, I should have done this, or why did I do that? Then you're never going to progress. Yeah.
It's made me laugh when you were saying about your dad. Like, I just had a vision of you being like, you know, thinking you're a bit decent, a bit quality, you know, a bit nice, and him just whispering in your ear like, you know, there's someone else coming up behind you.
He's like, man, there's always someone better than you. So I'm like, all right.
But that kind of, you need somebody just to keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah.
Does that instill a little bit of fear of failure as well?
Yeah, I think like in my house back at home, it's no one's better than anyone in that house, and you know about it if you think you're the shit. Like we'll all give each other a laugh and have a dig, but if you start coming back smart or you got something to say, like everybody, your little sister, mum, dad, mum and dad's friends out there, someone's gonna let you know, someone's gonna check you. But it does instill like a fear, like scared of failure but that's why I'm so willing to learn, is because I'm not willing to lose.
Yeah, nice.
The Olympics, I did everything I could and I just lost to the better man in the fight, and there's nothing else that I say I could have done. People might watch it back and be like, why didn't you do this, why didn't you do that? I think I did my best and there's nothing else I could have done. He was just better.
Yeah.
But now I'm not willing to lose again. So that fear of failure, I'm going to do everything in my power not to lose again, because it's a horrible feeling and I'm not willing to feel it.
The fact that you've tasted a loss, and again, I think you can always take something positive out of a negative. The fact that you just said, do you know what, I tasted that, it doesn't taste very nice. I'm not going there again. Do you know what I mean? Do you kind of... is that an essential part of being a competitive boxer?
I think it's an essential part of any sport, and like nobody wants to lose, but how far are you going to go to make sure that you don't lose? Is I know, like I just moved my whole life across the other side of the world. Like I am not willing to come off second best, third best. Like that, you need to be somewhat delusional to believe that you're the only one that can win. You're the best in the world, and that's how it has to be, because it might not be everyone, but the minute you start doubting am I that good? Or people can pick up on it, and you yourself can pick up on it. Especially if you're in the ring, if you're like, oh shit, something's not working, you start like second guessing. I know I can see that when people do that.
100%.
It's like, oh, back's against the rope, let's just throw this. I've already seen that because you've shown it. But you have to be delusional enough to know that you're the best, and that's the only way to do it.
I like that, actually. You have to be delusional to know that you're the best. I actually really like that. Because what are we doing here otherwise? Do you know what I mean? And there is a fine line. I'm trying to think of his name.
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah. Gervonta Davis, I saw an interview at some point, him talking about he didn't want to get therapy.
Because he's scared it'll lose the hunger. And I think, he could be onto something, because like you learn to deal with everything yourself, and it's like it drives you. It's weird. Like I know I shouldn't sit there and just like take everything and leave it all in, but it's like something drives me to what I'm able to do in the sport, because I know like I don't want to lose again, and I want to be the best in the world. It's that simple. Like Gervonta Davis said, will talking and opening up and letting people in change me? Will it take away my hunger? Maybe, maybe not, but is that something he's willing to change?
Exactly.
Also?
No.
Because I'm not making changes at this point in time, like nothing drastic like that.
I do get it. It's almost like you do all the running, you do the strength and conditioning, you do all the stuff in the gym, but there's also that little ingredient that you're like, actually, I do need that in as well. So I'll just sprinkle that on the top and we'll just leave that.
Yeah, it's a fine line, because you need to talk, obviously, and you need to, but you also know your body. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just like have to talk about it. But for me, that hunger is like, I just keep doing what I do. I take everything in from everyone else, all them bits of advice. I get to where I'm going because I want to be better than anybody else at what I choose to do. And it's that simple. Like, I'll go into a fight and in my head, I am the better fighter. So now I just put everything that I'm good at on show.
And you've got to prove it. You've got to prove it to yourself, though, in some respects. It's like, okay, well, I've said it. Now I've got to back it up.
Yeah, the crowd to me don't really matter. Like, it's an added bonus or disadvantage either way. But, like, I need to prove it to me, not anybody else. I've said it, so I got to do it. And, like, I won't open my mouth and sit there and run my mouth at everybody or on social media like I am better than him, like he's terrible or like, nah, none of that. But I know in my head I've said something, I got to do it. So that's just like my little thing is I need to be better than everyone else.
Yeah.
And it's that.
Firstly, I was going to say everybody's different. And if people do need to talk, then, everyone has to make a choice about when it's their time to go and seek help and stuff like that. But it was just interesting to hear
the way you said it.
Yeah, that he was like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
I'll touch it down the line. Do you know what I mean? And
it's a weird one because you don't want to change what you've been doing for so long. But sometimes it's the little change that makes it better. But it's just a athlete thought process, isn't it? If it's not broken, why fix it?
And in some respects, I understand that because I'm an actor, and sometimes those really shit times, those shit experiences, they're in your DNA, but you can draw on them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's a similar kind of thing. It's like, I tell you what I won't do. I won't look at it, but it's in my DNA somewhere. And when I have to dig deep in the ring, I'm going to draw on that. Do you know what I mean? And
definitely.
like I say, everybody's different. But with this drive and will to be the best that you can be, has that ever backfired? Has it ever kind of gone against you?
It does hit hard when you do lose, like as an amateur. Like, I knew like where I wanted to be, and my goal again was the same: be better than anyone else and be the best I can be. And it does hit hard when a stop comes to that, but you need to take a step back, and it does take time. But like, I did the best I could, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough at the time. But look how far I've come. And it is like, it's a tricky one because as much as this sport should not depend on one loss, 2 losses, like you look at the likes of Canelo and look at him, he's great. And he's like one of the few that have somehow weathered around, like he had a loss, but it don't matter. A lot of people, they lose once and it sets them all the way back. So it is again a fine line of where do you draw the line, but it does hit hard regardless, whether it's losing in the sport or an injury or stuff like that. Like, you just have to learn to deal with it, and you only know when the time happens.
Yeah, and even, again, going back and looking at people talking about Canelo, I'm like, he's only had 2 losses. Why are we all talking? Is it 2? No, he's had 3 losses. 3.
Yeah.
So why are we all talking like he's some Mickey Mouse fighter? 3 decent fighters as well.
And goes up to light heavyweight and stuff like that. It's mad.
Oh, it's...
But that's boxing, isn't it?
Oh, do you know, again, I get so... I'm reading the comments like as if to go like... I rarely comment because I just think don't get involved. But there's part of me that goes, do you actually know what this guy's achieved?
Yeah. I don't get it. I just look at the post. I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, just keep scrolling.
I don't have the effort to be on social media like, oh no, about this or...
What happens to Charlie Sr. when the discipline and the hard work and the focus isn't on point?
I'm not sure. I need the discipline. I need routine because then it keeps me doing what I'm doing. If I don't have it, I get sidetracked, start doing other little bits and pieces or doing things that don't correlate with my sport. Like, I love activity stuff, like being active. Like, I can ride BMX, like skateboards. I used to do all of that stuff when I was a kid. Should I be doing that when I'm meant to be training? Probably not. That's where my discipline and routine sets in, instead of me staying up later or hanging out with my mates all day and skipping a session. I'd be disciplined, routined, as in, even when I'm not in camp, I still train probably more than most people do when they're in camp anyway, because I don't want to just blow out and have to then somehow get back to that fitness.
Yeah.
Like by the end of your 8-week camp, you're not getting fitter, you're just getting back to base. Whereas if I stay reasonably fit all year round, I'm improving and not, oh, I'm finally back and now I'm fighting. So discipline routine for me is a must. I have to have some sort of discipline and routine.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. It's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better. I always find it weird that you're an Olympian, you have a bronze medal, and yet you're not as known in this country, but I'm sure people will get to know you as obviously the more you fight, the more you show. But yeah, I appreciate you giving me your time.
Thank you. It was good to be on, Jackie.